Welcome to Jordan. If you're joining me for the first time, hi, I'm Caroline. I've so far taken the opportunity to see Madaba's church with its old mosaic floor, hiked up Wadi Majib as far as the waterfall and drifted back downstream. I've also got myself mudded up and gone for a float in the Dead Sea. Today, we'll be driving from the Dead Sea to Wadi Musa, the town on the edge of Petra, with the intentions of going in and seeing it both in daylight and lit up at night too. Our initial plan for the day had been to catch transport up the road and enter Petra via the back door hiking route to the monastery. I'd done plenty of research and many blogs said that this was perfect for adventurers and also for avoiding crowds. Sadly, upon checking in at our hotel, we were told that the government had recently closed this route, so we headed to the visitors centre to try and etch out a plan. We swapped our Jordan passes for the 3-day entry ticket and found out that due to low international visitors numbers, the free English tours had stopped and they were only being delivered in Arabic. Whilst I firmly believe that if only one language tour is run, it should be the official language of that country, we were left wondering what would be the best option for us. Sustenance seemed like a good start, so over a light lunch we used our newly acquired maps to hatch out a plan of action to get the most out of our 1.5 days left to explore the Rose City. Upon entering Petra, we were overwhelmed, whether it was by the amount of people trying to get us to take a horse ride into the city, the noise of the crowds as we walked through it, or the constant questioning of did we want to go to the view.
You want to go to the view, my friend?
No, thank you.
The best picture from the top. You see the Treasury.
I found it difficult to take in the side of Petra that I'd gone there in search of. We kept wandering further away from the entrance, and as we did, the crowds died down and we were able to take in what we were seeing with more ease. We stopped for a while at a cafe cum shop where I was able to pick up a keffiyeh, a Jordan souvenir that I really wanted, and the shopkeeper kindly told us how to get to the view on our own, so off we went. The ascent was sharp, but it offered spectacular views over the street of facades and the Nabatean amphitheatre in relative peace and quiet. For the most part, the trail was obvious as the path was so well trodden. In the areas where it became less obvious, there were well-marked signs and we had found the peaceful, adventurous exploration that we'd been hoping for, with gorgeous scenery to boot. Before we knew it, the sound of echoing voices that bounced up the canyon's walls came into earshot. We've made our way up to this amazing viewpoint overlooking the Treasury, and there is just the most wonderful cafe at the top with really lovely owners who have made this over a completely handmade fire almost. I've watched as they've made it. It's absolutely delicious and with a spectacular view, but the reason why this is starting at gone 5 o'clock in the evening is because tonight we are going to be coming back in to experience Petra at night. Me being rather smug about how good evening and we've managed to find this great viewpoint. I think I might have underestimated just how long it was going to take to get back down to where the actual Treasury was. And we are now walking through the city in almost darkness. I think it is a little bit lighter, but because of the canyon walls it's blocking out even more of the sunlight. But it's about 6:15 at the moment, and the Petra at night starts at 8:30 this evening, and that actually starts back at the visitor centre, so I think part of the experience is actually coming through this canyon with it all lit up, and it runs until 10:30 in the evening. We've scouted out quite a few of the places that are selling drinks, and unfortunately none of them serve food, which we think is a huge shame. It wouldn't surprise me if that's probably something that maybe the Jordanian government have stopped the local people from being able to serve food in here. If that's something you know about, I'd love to know. Please let me know in the comments section if I am right with that hunch. So we're just having to make our way back out, and we're gonna go to the town, get some food, and then we'll come back in for the evening show. So I guess that Petra by night ended up being a little bit of an unknown. I'd seen photographs online that made it look amazing, and my thinking behind it was this isn't the easiest of countries to get to. It's not exactly right on my doorstep, and I'm not too sure when I'm going to be back, so it's one of those things of whilst I'm here, just jump on it, book tickets for it. And even when we checked in at our hotel concierge weren't really able to answer any of our questions. I wasn't too sure if when they said 8:30 at the visitors centre, was that a case that we would be collected and taken down through the canyon to this point. And they were saying things like, oh, I'm not too sure, I don't quite understand. And I don't know if it wasn't because they didn't necessarily understand. So we pretty much came through the barriers at 8:30. They were checking everyone's tickets, and I did see one family get turned away. I don't know if they were just chancing things, or perhaps if it was that they had turned up with just the day tickets and they hadn't bought the special ones for the Petra at night. And then it was a case of just making our own way along the paths, and some of the historical caves that have been carved into the rock facades have been lit up, as well as the use of candles. They are actually real candles. I was really surprised when I looked in the first bag. I was fully expecting them to be battery powered, but they are real candles. A few of the bags I think have sort of been knocked and so they've burnt, or the candles have gone out, but the vast majority of them are all still very much intact as we were walking down. It was spoiled a little bit because quite a lot of people were using torches or flashlights to try and light up the way, and I think that had everyone just turn those off, our eyes would have adjusted to the natural candlelight, and that would have been amazing. Upon actually arriving here at the Treasury, we were being encouraged to either move off to one side if we wanted to stand, or to sit down, and they have put out, I suppose, these almost like rugs on the desert floor, the desert sandy floor, just to help stop people's clothes from getting super dusty. And you sat in amongst all of these tea lights with the Treasury beautifully lit up, and we had a very lovely performance, I'm assuming from a Bedouin person who played the flute, and then someone else came along and told us a beautiful story, and it was all told in English. So if you're an English speaking person or you understand English, then you would get a lot out of that. And then the time is now just being allowed for people to take photographs or videos like I'm doing right now, and they also went around serving tea, and it was really sweet tea too, and that was all included in the price of 17 JDs. So it's been quite the experience. I really had no idea what to expect going into it, but am I pleased that I've done it? I am. Would I necessarily pay the 17 JDs again to do it again in the future? I don't think so. I do think it's one of those, like, you do it once, you've experienced it, you've ticked that box, but I am still very excited to be coming back into Petra during the day to experience it a little bit more in the next episode. In the end, we decided to have a day off from visiting Petra, so this Sunday's vlog will actually be us hiking in Wadi Gwir. It's a stunning trail that's just up the road from Wadi Musa. Instead, it's going to be the following Sunday when we're back in Petra, this time with a solid game plan, and spoiler alert, the day turned out to be the most perfect visit to the site that we could have wished for. So I'm really excited to share it with you, and I hope that you'll join me for it.